How's it going, YouTube? Dr. V here today, bringing you my Pokemon Masters Cup draft analysis. Now, for this analysis, it's just going to be a pretty casual analysis. I'm going to be going over why I chose each Mon, my thought process behind choosing each Mon, why I chose them in each point in the draft, and all that good stuff. Now, I'm not going to reveal my nicknames for my Pokemon at this point, mainly because I don't have them all yet. I'm still trying to think of some. I have some of them thought out and some of them ready from times I've used them previously, but some of them I just never really used nicknames. So, without further ado, let's begin this. Now, I had the 11th pick in the draft, so there's 12 of us, so I had the second pick when it came to the wheel pick. So that was pretty decent. I would have much rather have been in the middle of the draft, that way I could plan things out more steady, but the wheel pick kind of put me at a disadvantage every odd round, because I was at the end of it. So yeah, let's start this. For my first round pick, I went with Espeon. Why Espeon? Honestly, I really like using Espeon. It has so much coverage for a lot of different mons. It can put in so much work. Actually, an Espeon can OHKO a Mega Swampert, believe it or not, with a Grass Knot. Yeah, it can set up walls. And mainly, I really love Magic Bounce on it. Magic Bounce, it doesn't matter what your opponent wants to go with. There's always going to be that chance of you bringing in Espeon, so it makes them unsure if they want to go for Stealth Rock, Spikes, etc. Status inflicting moves. It really nullifies a lot of those things that can cause damage to other mons that you don't want it to cause damage to. So yeah, I was like, okay, Espeon's here. I got the 11th pick right now. Espeon's what I'm going with. Sorry. Yeah. So next up, it's my turn again. And I see something that normally gets taken really early in the rounds because of how much of a threat it can be. So I was just like, alright, well, this is definitely not going to be here in the third round. And yeah. But before I announce that pick, I'm going to say something real quick. My first choice with picking Espeon, it was definitely criticized by a lot of different people here, and like during the live stream. I know that it wasn't a conventional first round pick, but I really thought it was a useful first round pick, especially for my playstyle that relies a lot on getting rid of hazards or not having them on the field at all. So Espeon fits in perfectly with my team. Like for this draft, I really just wanted to go with mons that fit my playing style. Before, I've tried using mons that are just like, oh, they're the best mons in the draft leagues, and etc., but they don't really fit my playstyle, and I'm just like, you know what, I'm going with my style, the way I like to play. So, Espeon made perfect sense for me in this regard, and that's why I chose it. It can be criticized, but Espeon's gonna prove people wrong, just watch. So, my next pick was something that paired up really well with Espeon. Now, that would be Weavile. Like I just said previously, Weavile is a monster on all formats. It can destroy teams single-handedly, like stab ice shards, stab knockoffs. Its attack and speed just make it a monster that it never gets the respect that it deserves until you actually face one. And then you're like, oh crap, what do I do now? But Weavile, being a dark and ice type, it seemed to fit with Espeon. I thought that it would do good with it. It paired up nicely. Espeon gets rid of hazards that can cause trouble for Weavile coming in, so it worked out nicely for me. I never expected this to come to this point, so I was honestly expecting to draft another lower tiered mon that I really wanted, but once I saw Weavile still there, I couldn't pass it up, and at this point of the draft, I was like, okay, this is wonderful. I can take out two mons that I really like using. Now I had to wait another 25 picks for my next pick. 24 picks go by. I'm like, okay, one pick left before my turn. I have a mon that I really want at this point. I'm like looking at my team. I'm like, you know what? I need a bulky mon. Something that I really like using. Let's see. Oh, my Ludic's still on the board. Look at that. There's only one pick before me. I can do this. I can get my Ludic right now and get it out of the way. Have some bulk support on my team. And all will be good. And who goes before me but Tyler? Yeah. What does he choose? My Ludic. Yeah. You know how annoying that is? Taking them on one pick before I wanted it. Super annoying. I was frustrated, salty. I was like, damn it, now I have to choose something else. And so this next pick was made more out of haste than anything else. Like, looking at it now, there was still Suicune on the board. Suicune is actually tier 3 in this league format, and I didn't notice it until the next round, which actually I should have paid more attention to that. Vaporeon was still on the board. I could have still drafted another bulky water type that would have helped me out, but like I said, I was angry. I was pressed for time with my pick now, so I chose Superior. Yep, I messed up at this point. I should not have taken Superior right here. It gave me a very big bug weakness at this point that I didn't really want to have on my team. So this bug weakness becomes a problem. I'm looking at it. Now, don't get me wrong, Superior is not a bad man at all. I like using it. Like, I love using Superior. It's been one of my favorite starters since it came out in Gen 5, and its hidden ability makes it even more of a threat than it ever was. So Superior is not a bad mon by any means. It can definitely outspeed a lot of things, and once it gets at least one or two contraries up, it can wreak havoc on teams. So I'm not upset that I picked this. I'm upset at where I picked it, just because it added to a weakness that I didn't need to add to. And in all honesty, Superior might have not even been taken in this draft if I hadn't taken it here. So I probably could have gotten it way later in the draft. So yeah, that was my third pick. So now I'm looking at all the picks available. I'm like, man, what do I pick to get rid of this bug weakness? I'm looking, and I see one of my favorite mons to use ever. Just because of how annoying and just how good this mon is in general. It causes damage. Like, it's no joke what this mon can do. So that would be Togekiss. Togekiss has a nasty ability with Serene Grace. It's disgusting. That's all you can say about Serene Grace. Then the Togekiss stats, it's just a bit unfair, but it was still there at this point. I was like, you know what? It helps me with my bug weakness. So I'm taking Superior right now. I'm still on Superior. I'm taking Togekiss right now. I was like, I'll do this. It helps with bug. Plus, it gives me a fairy type, which can cause fairy and flying, which causes damage to a lot of mons. So yeah, Superior. God damn it, Superior again. Seriously, it's stuck in my head. I can't reiterate how upset I am at myself for taking it at this point in the draft. But yeah, Togekiss was a great pickup for me. I'm really happy with this pick, and it's a monster definitely. But my next pick comes around. So again, waiting 25 picks. Now at this point, I'm looking at the team. I'm like, okay. So I have a bug weakness still. I have a bit of a ground weakness. I have a couple other weaknesses that I can improve on. So what can I take? I'm looking at the mons. I was like, well, I really want a fire type, and I really want a ground type at this point. So I'm thinking, you know what? I can take either Donphan or Arcanine. I'll be happy with either one here. Donphan probably fits in a little better at this point than Arcanine does, but So yeah, I'm waiting. Then Kingdra comes along with his fancy wheel pick and decides to take both Mons from me. Now, that was frustrating. I'm not even gonna lie about it. That was frustrating having both picks taken by the same person. But it's still not as bad as the Milotic pick, but it was on that level almost where I was like, damn it, now what can I do now? It threw me off. I was like, what am I gonna pick? So I'm waiting. It finally gets to my turn. I still don't know what I'm gonna pick. I'm looking at the teams. So I start looking at the tiers that I have, and I'm just like, well, I still have a tier 3 available that I can pick. Or a tier 4. One of those tiers. Might have been tier 4. And I'm looking, and I see, oh, Rotom Heat's still on the board. You know what? That helps even more with my bug weakness here. I wasn't paying attention to its typing. I know. It's a good typing. I like Rotom Heat. It's a good typing. It's quick enough that it can Volt Switch on things. It gives you Switch initiative. It can paralyze things. It can overheat and burn things. It's a good mon. I love using Rotom Heat. But it gave me a big rock weakness. I'm looking at it, I'm just like, and I just kind of messed myself up here a little more. But now Weavile's weak to rocks, Rotom's weak to rocks, and Togekiss is weak to rocks. So that kind of sucks. I'm looking at the teams, I'm like, okay, now what can I use to try and help with this? Looking at the lower tiers at this point, trying to complete all my low tiers so that I can actually choose some of my extra mons a bit more carefully than I did with Superior. I'm looking and I see something that it's a very interesting mon to use, and that would be Kecleon. Now, why Kecleon? Well, it's an interesting mon. Like I said, it has access to Protean, which is actually really helpful, especially in these competitive league battles. Sometimes people forget about Protean, and they'll attack Kecleon thinking it's still a fighting type when it can be a ghost type, and then their attack has no effect, and they're like, oh crap, now I either have to switch out and choose a different mon, or something. But Kecleon can help with rock weakness, depending on what typing it is. Normal's not too affected by rocks, so I was like, yeah, I'm taking Kecleon this round. Now, I thought this was a pretty decent pick. Didn't help too much with my rocks, but it helped enough to where it can help. That was my main thing right now, picking mons that could help. So now I needed one more mon to complete my requirements before I picked the rest of my extra mons and my mega. So I decided to go with Seismitoad. Now Seismitoad, it's a good mon. I like using Seismitoad. It can hit heavy, it can take some hits. It's a good mon to use in this type of format. And its water and ground typing helped me perfectly with rocks. Rocks aren't going to do anything to this Pokemon, so I was like, you know what? It's still available, let's take it, why not? I honestly did consider Mega Swampert at this point, but I'm not fond of Mega Swampert. I just don't like it, honestly. Never really been a water starter type of guy, so I was like, you know what? I'm not going to pick something that I don't want to use. I've made that mistake before, and I'm not going to use it. So now, it's like, okay, now I really do have to pick my Megas so that I can make my last two picks appropriately, so I can choose what I want. I'm looking, I was like, my first choice here was Mega Aggron. Now, Mega Aggron, it fit perfectly with my rock weakness. It helped me out quite a bit. It could set up rocks, it could hit heavy. So I was like, you know what, Mega Aggron's gonna be my pick. It's gonna be the mon I take. I've used it before, I'm confident with it. And it gets taken by Yuma. One pick after I take Seismitoad. And I'm like, what can I do now? What am I gonna take? I'm looking, I'm like, well, my first choice here was Mega Beedrill. I was debating on it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take Mega Beedrill. It's a fast hitter. It works with what I want. But then I was like, do I really want to take such a frail mon that I have a pretty frail team altogether? So I was like, do I really want to take another frail mon? I decided no, I really don't. Like, I was really sad that I didn't take Mega Beedrill at this point, but if I could have 2 Megas, I would definitely have taken it at this point. But you can't, unfortunately. In League format, it's only a 1 Mega. But I ended up going with Mega Steelix. Now, Mega Steelix, that's highly questionable, right? Yes, it is. But let me tell you, Mega Steelix, while it has a big water weakness and fighting weakness, it can take hits from most other things. It has a base 230 defense. That's insane. Like, what are you gonna do against that if you don't have your fighting type anymore or water type anymore? You can't do it. Then its base attack is, I believe, 130. So it's not just gonna sit back and absorb hits without hitting you back. That Earthquake is gonna shatter opponents. Like, Mega Steelix can be a monster. It's plain and simple. Like, it might not be the best mon to use due to its base 30 speed, but and yeah, I was like, you know what, Mega Steelix is fine. It gave me an extra 80 points to use, and I was pretty happy with it. Like, my other choice at this point would have been Mega Blastoise. It was another rapid spinner. It had some decent type coverage, so it was between those 2 picks. But Mega Steelix ended up taking it just because of how high its defense is. So, and as a bonus, it gave me 80 extra points, which allowed me to pick my next mon. Now, this mon, I don't understand why it wasn't taken yet. It's easily the best Pokemon in League format, just because of how versatile it is. It has base 100 stats all around, and there's no reason for it to have fallen into this late of the draft. And that was Mew. Yeah, Mew fell into this late of the draft. What the hell is everyone thinking, right? Who knows? We were all drafting really unconventionally. It was a fun draft. I'm not even mad about anything, honestly. It was a really fun draft. Everyone is picking random mons that we were like, wait, what are you doing now? So you never knew what people were gonna pick. And Mew happened to fall this late into the draft. Now, it gave me another dark weakness, but I was like, screw it, it's worth it. Like, do you know how hard it is to plan for a Mew? It can learn every TM, every HM, every move tutor move. It's hard to plan for this mon. Like, it's annoying to plan for it. You could plan for a completely different set of Mew that you're like, oh, he's probably gonna bring this type of Mew. And then it can surprise you, be like, oh crap, he brought the exact opposite of what I planned for. What am I going to do now to overcome this? So, yeah, Mew was my next pick here. And I'm not mad about it, honestly. I think it was worth it to take Mega Steelix just for this mon, honestly. Now, my next pick, I may have been a little hasty with it. I took Trevenant. Again, another dark weakness. I know. I'm literally shooting myself in the foot here. But it's okay. I like Trevenant. I've used it before. It can take a hit or two, so I'm pretty happy with it. Plus, the ghost typing helps out Mew and Espeon a little more. It adds a little more coverage to the team. And I was like, you know what? Trevenant's a fun mon to use. I'm gonna stick with it. And my last pick. Now, this is a mon that I enjoy using. It's the only mon that I brought over from the WPF to the Pokemon Masters Club. That is Primeape. Yeah, Primeape. I know. Lots of different mons that I could have brought over that I really wanted to bring over, but Primeape just, I don't know. It's tier 5 mon. I understand that it doesn't have that great stats, but doesn't it though? I mean, it has base 95 attack and base 95 speed, I believe, so it's not bad. It has access to Earthquake, Poison Jab, Night Slash, Close Combat, U-Turn, so why not? I figured, you know what? Primeape's a great mon. I like using this thing. It can put in damage, especially late game. You never know what you're gonna do to it. So I'm like, alright, we got this. We're taking Primeape. And we did. It adds the fighting type to the team, which is really helpful. So yeah, that's my entire draft. So I know it definitely was not the best draft in the league. I definitely have some weaknesses that I might have to address later on in the season, but when the time comes for that, I'll do it. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with my draft, and I honestly think that we can go all the way this season and be the first champions. So until next time, see you later. P.S. Go Broncos.